What's up? Welcome to tonight's live stream. I'm him, and I'm mostly just working on some stuff. I don't really have much of a plan. If anybody shows up and has words to say, then maybe I'll talk about those words. But in the meantime, I'm gonna work on gonna try to figure out something regarding this iOS issue that I'm working on. Actually, nah, screw that. I'll do that tomorrow. I'm gonna edit the video. That's what I'm gonna do. Just got back from walking my dog. I just woke up from my after work nap. I think I fell asleep at like 6 something. I don't remember. I can only go by my last message that I sent on Slack, which was around 6 something. So, yeah. Actually, I lied. I'm gonna make sure I commit this first if I haven't already done so. One thing that I was thinking of doing was using a proxy so that I can get to the root of what requests are being sent and received on the iOS device. Let's see if I can do that. All right, so it's listening on port 8080. All right, let's go. Actually, do I want this? I should have configured this so it doesn't do 8080. I want a different port. I'm not gonna. All right, let's see. Where's the port? Oh, it's 8080. Wait, whoa. Oh, wait. Web port, web UI port. All right, maybe I have to change the port at the start. Oh well, I'll do that another day. All right, so let's go in and see if I can configure a proxy. Let's make this a little bit smaller. I want to say a proxy is under the VPN. Wait, what just happened? Xcode just crashed. The fuck, Xcode? Oh my gosh. You know what? Maybe I won't do it. Fuck it. I'll just set up this VPN for now, and then I'll move on in life. Surely I can set up a VPN here. Yeah, okay. Oh my gosh, I can't set up a VPN? This is new. I did not know I could not set up a VPN. Set up VPN iOS simulator. Is this something that I set up outside of the simulator? I can't do this. It's not letting me do that. Google is so fucking trash these days. It's not good anymore. Alright, maybe it's something I need to do here. Alright, now this is just weird now. Why don't I have access to the settings here? I don't want to route all of my traffic through the proxy. Hence the reason why I want to do this on the fucking device. I guess I'll. It's not. No, I'm not about to. No, I'm not about to do that. I should be able to access my device or my network or this computer from my network. So let's see if that's possible. I think I'm blocking ports though. Knowing me, I am. Let's open up the firewall right quick. Wait, where is the firewall settings? I'm tripping. Firewall. Are my only options to not wait? Whoa. I can't believe this is my only option to either allow everything or allow nothing. Let's see if I can get Little Snitch to block certain ports. I don't think I can. Yeah, these are all system processes. All right, let's see if I can access the device now. Use Safari. This is Chronos.local. Oops, man, I didn't mean to do that. Okay, well, it's resolving. So let's try to add the VPN. And if it shows up here, that means that it works here. VPN. What kind of VPN is this? LT2P. All right, let's do Chronos dot local 8080. A remote ID. Why do I need a remote ID? Do manual proxy. Authentication. It's a certificate, I think. Yeah, all of these are talking about having an account. I don't know if I need that. I don't think I need an account for this. All right, so it says in the server cell, put in the IP. I'm gonna just put Chronos local. It should be able to resolve that. And then, wait a minute. Oh, it's not a VPN. I'm just doing a proxy. Oh, okay, well, sure. We'll do Chronos .local port 8080. All right. All right, so let's see if it'll take now. Do google.com. All right, Firefox would like to find devices on your local networks. No. Details. Visit the site. It seems like it can't resolve, so I'm gonna just put in the IP address directly. There we go. All right, so it's working now. All right, that's good. right, so now that that's working, I will open up Xcode and try to do the things on my local device. All right. None of what this says is on my device. I don't even have the option to do this, whatever it's talking about. All right, well, fuck it. I don't care anymore. I will deal with this later.
back on the road again. It's been a few days. I've been a little bit busy with work as well as side quests, side missions that I'll be doing. Couple that with having a very sore neck. I don't know, my body. side missions that I'll be doing. Couple that with having a very sore neck. I don't know, my body's just breaking apart. I need to go to the gym. Probably my next move is hitting up the gym on a more consistent basis and resuming my daily jump rope. I had to stop because my ankles and my knees and my feet, they were all hurting. And my feet, they were all hurting, like really bad. So I had to take a break because I didn't want to risk getting injured again. It's the worst is when you get injured, then you can't do anything. So now that I've taken 2 weeks off, I did some jump roping, I think a couple days ago, and it felt really good. No, nothing hurt, no aches, no pains. What are they doing? Away from these people. I try to avoid all Dodge Chargers and Challengers. They have a bit of a reputation, so I want to stay away from them. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. I'm in road mode, so I expect the suspension to be softer. But maybe I need to adjust the preload. It may be a little bit too much for my weight. It's still in stock form. I keep the suspension in dynamic, so I don't think I need to worry about the damping or rebound or anything like that. At least that's my expectation. That's why I went ahead and spent the extra money on getting the S. I actually wanted the electric suspension because I don't want to have to deal with anything. I don't want to have to deal with tools. I'd rather do it all from the menu. Other reason is I do like the gold forks. I'm not even gonna lie, the vanity in me. It's gold forks and this color. Now I will admit, color. Now I will admit that I have.
Wait, hold on. It's hard for me to read this. Is that a bag you're wearing or an inflatable vest? That's my backpack. If you want to know what backpack it is, if you check out my Motovlog 9, or maybe I took out Motovlog 9 here. I'll just show you the video. You can go check it out. Now, to be perfectly honest, you can't go buy the backpack. I think the company no longer exists, so you missed your opportunity. But this is the video here. It is my riding gear. And it's really just the riding gear that I've been riding with lately. Nah, it's not. Whatever that is, Kriega. I guess that's how you say whatever that is that you just said. No, it's not that. But it's a dope bag, like for real. Yeah, let me go back to it. Yeah, you're talking about this, all right? It's cool for a few reasons. Number one is the attachment mechanism is really good. It's magnetic basically, and it has a lock, so it magnetically locks. It twists in there by itself. And it has this really cool smooth bit right here for you to put a mount, so you can throw a camera on there if you want. This right here is the safety information stuff, so you can put, whatever stuff that you may want if you were to go down in an accident. Also, these things right here, they can come out in the event that you are in an accident. Yeah, it's a roll top bag. And unfortunately, they no longer exist. So I hope that this bag lasts me forever. Because I can't just buy another one.
Other reason is I do like the gold forks. I'm not even gonna lie, the vanity in me. It's gold forks and this color. Now I will admit that I had no idea that this color is a S model only. I did not know that. When I went to the dealership.
Wait, is there a noise change?
When I went to the color. Now I will admit that I had no idea that this color is a S model only. I did not know that. When I went to the dealership not long ago, I think it was like 4 or 5 months ago, I just went in on a whim because me and my friend were out, and I just wanted to go hit up a motorcycle dealership just to see what kind of bikes were there. And my salesman, the guy who sold me my previous...
Here, let me look up the bike that you're talking about. Or not bike, I'm sorry, the bag. I assume that the 22 is the amount of liters it is. Yeah, this is different. This is too fat. It's like really fat. But it's roll top. I guess that's what you meant, maybe. And the attachment, yeah, I don't know if I like these attachments. This is too much fuss. Here, let me... Velo. I don't even think their website still exists. Oh no, it does. Look at that. Oh wait, maybe. Okay, never mind. I was about to say maybe they do still exist. So I have this one right here, the 40 liter. And what's cool about it is that like it collapses. So these little things right here, you can draw them in. So mine is mostly flat. It's not actually this thick, but it can be that thick if you want it to be. And note here, this is how you attach the roll top. It's just a little loop right here. Much less fuss. I can easily get it on and off with my gloves. And it's got this adjustable bit right here, which is really phenomenal. Oh yeah, I forgot it has this little hook right here so you can throw your helmet on the back. I mean, I normally just carry my helmet because I have a camera on the front and a mount, and I don't want it to be messed up because I didn't cement it on there. On my last helmet, I used moldable cement to keep it on the helmet, and it ain't coming off. It's not coming off. But for this helmet, I was like, yeah, I don't know if I want to cement it on there. Roll top gets annoying when using the back a lot. I notice have the selling waterproof roll top that gets annoying at times. Yeah, the trick is to not use it that that's what I do. Anything that I need access to quite often, I put in this little zipper part right here. And it's kind of nice because it doesn't go all the way down to the bottom, so it gives it a little bit of protection. Normally, the only thing I would put in here is stuff that like I really don't need until I get to my destination. But these days, I don't ride to go anywhere. I just ride for fun. So my destination is home. Yeah, it's got this side pocket too. I actually, oh wow, they're doing the same thing I do. I didn't know that. This must be, oh man, I don't know. I have the same thing. Like I have a battery in mine with a cable, but my cable isn't routed through here. It used to be routed through my jacket to my camera on my helmet. This is back when I used a GoPro, but now that I use DJI, I don't have to worry about it because the battery lasts forever. But yeah, this is the big one, right? Like they have a smaller one, this one right here. But you know, I think it would look a little bit sus on me. I'm a very large person, and to have a little purse on my backpack, that's a little you know. Yeah, it's not for me. There is a bag that I just bought though. It's not from here. I just bought the Peak Design. It'll be here tomorrow or Wednesday, I think. My Amazon delivery day. Now, in order to get your 6% off, I get 6%. I get 6% cash back. But in order to get it, I had to deliver my stuff on the delivery day, and I'm like, yeah, I don't really need it, so it's fine. Let me see if I can find the. Yeah, I think it was a sling. Yeah. I got one of these. I don't know what color I got it in. I really hope I got it in not black, but knowing me, it's probably in black. But yeah, I got this to put my cameras in. Not those cameras. These cameras, the Actions, as well as my DJI Pocket 3 and my X100V. So I can put those in here and then put that in my bag instead of just what I've been doing, which is just dumping them in there and potentially damaging my shit. Yeah, that GoPro mount is legit. Although I don't use it for, I mean, I use the base, but these days I'm using the DJI mount. Is there a new attachment that I can get for my tripod? Maybe, potentially. Which one do I have? I have this. No. Wait, why is it asking me questions? I don't want to be asked questions. What the hell is this? So I actually have a mount. I have their motorcycle mount, actually. The reason why I'm not using the motorcycle mount right now, though, is because it doesn't do charging. And the one that I have on there now does charging. It's the only reason why I went with the quad lock. I actually don't like the case at all. I would have much preferred to be able to just keep... I don't even know where my phone is. But I have... Oh, wait. No, I have two of these, so it's fine. That's like, wait. So, yeah, this one right here. This is by far my favorite case ever. It has this little bit right here, so you can attach it securely to all of the other Peak Design shit. And I get this little phone loop thing right here, so I can, you know, when I'm out traveling, I can just, you know, have it like this. And if I want to quickly get a shot, I'm like this, you know, something like that, or like that, you know. It's pretty dope. Obviously, I'm a pro at it. If you can see, I'm acrobatic with it. Yeah. I got here's the quad lock one that I got. It just feels disgusting. I'm a big materials person, like how things feel. And it's like just plastic. It feels disgusting. But fortunately, I only really use this when I have on gloves, so I don't have to touch this disgusting piece of plastic. That being said, there is a chance that I will still just, I don't ride enough or long enough on my bike because, well, first of all, I can't go anywhere. It's fuel economy is terrible. So I'm like, I don't even know if I need to have a charger on my bike. So I may just pull it off and put my old mount on, which is, why does it keep asking me questions? This is starting to piss me off. I don't want to be asked questions. Just let me do my own searching. Let me see if and it has vibration dampening and all that kind of stuff. Here, let's see. Maybe this is it. Yeah, here it is. So it has like vibration dampening or whatever. It's not that good, to be honest, but it's good enough. It takes up much less space, which is all that really matters to me. And I also have this mobile tripod, which is dope. It's really dope. Here, I can show you this one. That's actually what I have this phone on. This is my, I don't know, this is the 14. I don't know where my phone is right now. Oh, it's way over there. I'm not about to get up. Too lazy. I'm locked in. I'm seated. But yeah, I'm thinking about getting a new mount for my tripod because I just saw it. I'm like, oh yeah, maybe I should get a mount for my tripod instead of using the one that comes with it. Yeah, I guess this is it. By the way, if y'all have never used the Peak Design tripod, the carbon fiber one is awesome. It's light. I mean, it's relatively light. It's like 2.7 pounds, I think. But it looks nice. It feels well built. Nah, it's not as sophisticated, but it is kind of. I think what they've done is they've just done a better job with the industrial design, really. Because when I look at the quad lock, I don't think it needs to be that big. It doesn't perform any better than my. Oh wait, hold on. Here, let me show you the one that I have, just in case. It's. I think it's relatively new, maybe, or maybe it's not. I don't know. How does this work? Motorcycle. So this is the one that I have here. And my issue with it is it's first of all, it's hard as hell to put it on and off, like to take it on and off. On the Peak Design, it is so much simpler. It's just a little, like these little button, like it's like you push a thing on the back and it just pops out. There's none of this bullshit as here, push this thing down and twist it and then it still doesn't work. It's none of that. So I found myself struggling. It takes me literally 30 to 40 seconds to get this thing on every single time. And it takes me a long time to get it off. I'm just like, my time is valuable. I don't know. I'm just like, and it's so big. Look at it. Look how big it is. Now, to be fair, it does do wireless charging. So I'm willing to forgive the size. But the attachment mechanism is pretty trash. I'm like I think the people who love this have never experienced anything better. So this is just is good for them. But unfortunately for me, I experienced better first. So now when I have this, I'm just like, man, why is it so bad? But whatever, it's installed right now. I don't want to spend the 10 minutes to uninstall it and then the other 10 minutes to put the other one on. Nah, there's no blue release lever. Nah, it's a weird kind of, you push it down. Here, let me see if I can, like these wings right here, you can kind of push them down. The problem is that they don't really go down that far. And when you have on gloves, it's hard as hell to like reach behind this giant ass iPhone and try to get that thing and push it and then twist it just right. It doesn't, it's not that good. But I mean, it works, obviously, right? Obviously it works. It's keeping my phone on and it hasn't flew off yet.
But 3 or 4 bikes, I think 3 bikes or 4, wait, I don't know which bike this is anymore. But anyway, the guy who sold me my Monster 1200, the Panigales, he was like, yo, like, I got a Street Fighter coming in, do you want it? I was like, hell yeah, I want it. I think he remembered from all those years back, he wanted to get a Street Fighter and then, never getting one because they weren't out back then. I ended up getting a Monster 1200R for that reason. I wanted a Street Fighter. I heard about all the rumors, but there was no Street Fighter, so I got the R and loved it. So even when the Street Fighters did come out, I was like, you know what? I'm good. I was good. And honestly, I even thought about whether or not I wanted to trade in the Monster or just keep it. I thought about keeping it for a while, and then I decided not to because I was like, you know what? I had multiple vehicles at one point. Like, I mean, technically I still do, but like I had multiple bikes and multiple cars at one point, and it's just a lot to keep up with. It's just a lot. You got to keep up with all the maintenance. Every time you go somewhere, you may have to move bikes around. You got to make decisions. It's I can only ride one bike at a time. So I made the relatively hard decision to let go of this bike. Well, not this bike, but my old bike, which was tricked out. So I made the relatively hard decision to let go of this bike. Well, not this bike, but my old bike, which was tricked out. So I got to spend all this money again buying the same components. Like, I got to buy reservoirs, like the Rizoma reservoirs. I didn't take them off my old one. I got to get bar ends, whatever the weights, because there is a little bit of buzziness in here. So I'll get the Rizoma ones with the brake lever guard. I want to get like a new chain. I'm not going to do it now. I'm going to do it later. But new chain, new sprocket, new push drive, new carrier, new wheel nuts, a clear clutch cover, the exhaust, front lights.
Man, you know what? I should have bought the exhaust. I bought a man. Talk about dumb purchases. I bought this last night. I bought one of these. I have a reason. I mean, I rationalized it, but I also put in like a very low ball offer that I was not expecting to be accepted for a brand new in the box one of these. So if you look at the price of this, right? Like, let's look at the price. I did not pay $24.99. I paid $1,600. So I'm like, I guess I'll take it. And maybe, I don't know, maybe I'll keep it. We'll see. 'Cause I'm like, I could just take it and then turn around and resell it on my I sell on Amazon too. You just resell it there and get a couple $100 after fees and taxes. Cause well, I don't have to pay the tax. The buyer will have to pay the tax, but Amazon will take fees. So it's like, I can stand to make at least $300, $400 after fees. How is $1,600 good? Bill, because it costs $2,500 new. That's all. It's kind of like, let's say that you, I honestly, if I could have bought like 10 of them for that price, I would have bought 10 of them for that price. Because that is a fairly healthy return. And honestly, I don't even have to, like, I could absolutely sell it, because if you go to Amazon, it's $2,500 brand new. So it's like, I just list it for $2,000. So I stand to make like $400 before fees and all that kind of stuff. $400 on a $1,600 investment is 25% return on investment. How is that not a good thing? Maybe, I don't know. This is the way I think. This is how I've been able to. This is kind of how I'm able to do and buy certain things, because I care about my returns. And of course it is an investment, because maybe I can't sell it. That's a strong maybe. But again, I'm basing this off of selling it for $2,000 right here. This is what it costs. And by the way, I did look at it before I even put the offer. It costs $24.99 brand new. Mine is brand new, and I only paid $16 for it. Obviously, after taxes and shipping, it's $1,800. So even if I were to sell it, I'd only get about $200. So that does cut my profit margin down. But I mean, hell, would you not buy something for $1,600 to make a guaranteed 120? Yeah, it is an NPCX. NPCX, see? Oh, you said MPX. Oh, okay. No, not an MPX card. No. The way I think about it is nearly 13 tendies of Papa Jensen's, and unless you bought your Nvidia shares like 6 or 7 years ago, like, I already have investments, bro. Like, I already have investments, and I would never buy Nvidia right now. I mean, I'll leave that to y'all. Once normal, regular people who don't do this type of stuff, like for real, start talking about specific stocks, that's actually when I sell. So I sold out of Tesla after a while. I made a shit ton, but I sold out of Tesla that for the same reason, because too many normal people were just talking about Tesla. I'm like, you know what? That's time for me to sell. That's generally when I decide that I'm out. Is when normal people are talking about certain stocks, and I'm very glad right now I don't have. I mean, if I would have had it before, sure, but like, I don't see it going up that much more. And even if it does, like, it's bound to crash, because the power demands are too much. Do you know how much power these chips require? They're not well suited for this. we're going to come up against the limit fairly quickly. And honestly, I don't even have that much. I don't know. Like, I don't believe in AI. I'm not hot on AI. I think it's all hype. I think we're in for a very rude awakening in the next 6 months to a year. Just real talk. The thing is that no one, I don't know why in our country people just don't think, but let's say that we have AI, right? You know, everybody has this utopia, which is they're fucking delusional, of like, oh, people don't have to work, you know, you'll just get paid. No, that's not how this shit's gonna work. It's gonna work the way it's always worked. People with the machines, with the resources, are going to continue to accumulate more and more of those. And I'm gonna be real, I know people who own businesses, they don't give a fuck about y'all. Like, just real talk. It's profit, capital, that's it. You know, your profit loss, that's it. So, nah. Plus, let's say we do have AI. Who's going to pay taxes? You know, when we get rid of all the jobs, who is paying the taxes? You think the state is going to continue to exist without tax revenue? And you really think that these rich people with all these resources are going to actually be compelled to pay taxes when they're the same people in the government not paying taxes, making you pay taxes? Nah. Actually, how do you invest? Stocks, real estate, annuities, a bunch of things. I have stocks, I have bonds, I have real estate, I have art, I have gold, I have watches, I have other luxury goods, and I even have collectibles. Like things that may not be that valuable now, and honestly, they didn't cost me much, but they may be valuable in the future to other people. For instance, I have, and I actually use this, by the way, my cast iron cookware. You may not look at it as an investment, but I have some original Wagner cast iron cookware, as well as gosh, who's the other one? Fuck, I can't remember the other one right now. But one of them was Wagner from 1890. I still use it, even though I know I shouldn't, but I don't give a fuck. I'm like, I'm gonna still use it if it breaks, whatever. But I have a whole like collection of it. And last time I looked at how much I can get for it, it's more than I paid. At least triple what I paid for it. I think when I bought this stuff, it only cost me like 200 and some change. If I were to sell this stuff now, I would get almost 1,200 right now. So just little basic stuff like that, but that's not that much money, to be real. Yeah, I also have like stuff that I just build myself. Like, I think that's the best way to accumulate or build wealth, is to just build it yourself. I sold NVIDIA for 100% gain after I saw Jensen sign some. Wait, he signed titties? Wait. Wait. Jensen signs titties? Wait. Oh, those are fake. They have to be fake. Where is he at? Oh, well, no, he might be in America. Never mind. Oh, Computex. Computex is in Taiwan. They got, man, I ain't seen nothing like that when I was in Taiwan. Dang. All right. Okay. For a minute, I thought you was just talking shit, but man, I didn't realize this was real. All right. Interesting. Let's put on some slow music for now. Oh, wait, did I turn off my music? Yeah, I did. No, I didn't. Oh, no, it's on. It's playing. It's just turned down really low. Come on, comparing Tesla to NVIDIA is a little nuts, though. I agree. Is it nuts? You don't understand, bro. I bought my Tesla shares for $90 a share in 2011, and I had enough to make me a multimillionaire. Let's just say that. I wouldn't say it's incomparable. It's the same. When you look at the growth, it was thousands of % growth. Now, you may be looking at it post-split. I bought myself well before the split. Same with my Apple stuff. Like, when I bought my original Apple shares back in the day, I only paid $80 a share. Now, if you look at what they are now, it may not seem like it's much higher, but they split a few times. Same thing with my Microsoft shares. Although I didn't pay much for my Microsoft shares. Those were very low for me. They were options. But even those, like, I mean, I don't know. Has Microsoft done a split? I actually don't know. Honestly, I don't. This is gonna, like, I may come off as a little different, but I don't really give a fuck about money. I'm not in a position where I have to care about money, and I've learned through experience that money won't change my life. So I don't really care about money. It's like, okay, sure, I can make some more money. What the fuck can I do with it? Like, really, just like really think about it. Like, what else can I do? I have everything that I want. I have everything that I need. Like, I don't know. Like, what's another dollar? It's not gonna do anything for me. And what I found is that you really don't need that much money. In reality, you really don't need much money. I'm not saying you, but just in general, like, we really don't need as much as we think. It just turns out that if you're trying to buy and spend money on a bunch of dumb shit, then yeah, you may feel like you need money, but you really don't need that shit. I'm aware. I'm saying this as someone who has shit, but I also have sold a lot of shit. Like, I don't have as much stuff as I used to have, because I realized that all this material stuff, it just weighs you down. Like, when I moved from the country and I was abroad for a while, it made me realize how little I truly need. So while, you know, it's nice to have extra money and all that kind of stuff, like, you don't really need it. For instance, when I was flying to all these places, I could have flew coach. Like, I'm just being real. Like, you know, if you fly business or first or coach, you get there at the same time. You have to wait in the same airport. You have to do all of the same. You have to go through the same security, same visa line, all of the same shit. It's just, yeah, you might be slightly more comfortable, but like, looking back, the things that I remember is not that, oh, I flew business class. The thing that I remember is I was in those places and I just got to spend time and learn about those different cultures. So even now, like, I'm thinking about going to Japan, and I'm contemplating, I don't know if I'm gonna do it, but I'm contemplating just flying regular economy. I get upgrades, by the way, for free. So I would get upgraded to premium economy. It wouldn't just be regular economy, but I'm like, you know, I think I can fly for 10 hours in just regular economy, or, you know, regular economy. It's fine. Other people do it. Hell, my ancestors came here on boats, locked in chains. So it's like, why can't I fly on a freaking coach flight? I don't know. I've just matured, and I've just realized that money is not that important anymore. And for what it's worth, I grew up without money, and I was fine. I didn't know that I was poor. I didn't even care. That wasn't a thing, and I was happy. So to tell me that I need money to be happy, it would beg the question: how the fuck was I happy for the first 20 years of my life if I needed money to do that, you know? Funny enough, it went even higher after that. I'm well over 100%. I'm holding for Blackwell. Who's Blackwell? I'm playing with house money on the trade at the moment, but I've sold my initial investment. Crunch the numbers, all those years paid off. Let my dude sign that thing. Fair enough. For me personally, it's fun to game the market and see if you can spot winners early on. Yeah, it is, I suppose. I used to day trade back in the day, and what I found, and maybe I don't know what your experience is. What I found is that my life has been much more fulfilling by helping others. So helping all of my mentees get to $100,000 a year in their jobs, that was more fulfilling to me than any of the other things that I've ever accomplished. Or when I was building my company and I managed to grow a team, to attract people and to grow a team, that was much more fulfilling to me than anything else that I've ever done. Or when I got signed, I don't really talk about this much. This is a long time ago and I used to do music. That was much more fulfilling than any other technical stuff that I do now. Like, it's just, accomplishments mean more to me than anything. And it took me making a lot of money to realize that I was after the wrong thing. I was chasing the wrong thing. It wasn't the money that I should have been chasing. It should have been the accomplishments, doing something hard and achieving the goal. Which is why I'm doing this now. To be real, I could make a shit ton more money spending my time doing other stuff. I could just return to doing my consulting on the side. I'll make a shit ton more money than I ever will doing this YouTube thing. But like I like the fact that I've learned some new stuff. Like I like learning new skills, and I mean I say learning new skills, I mean like truly new skills. Not that's kind of like tangent to what I already do. Like if I were to learn some new math shit for AI, that's not really new. But learning Final Cut, I didn't really know Final Cut until I started working on videos for this channel. And multicam, I think y'all even seen it. Some of you may have. I learned how to do multicam clips editing a few days ago. That is much more, that means more to me than like all the other shit that I've done or accomplished. It's just different, you know? Or hell, even this stream thing, like it makes me very proud to see how far this has come from when I first started doing, like I used to do videos for my team kind of in this format, but with better music because I wasn't sharing it on YouTube. And it was also very, very, very technical, deeply technical, because it was related to the product that I was building. So what y'all are seeing is literally a continuation of what I started when I was working on my product, where I would do these deep dive technical videos explaining architecture, design, like problem solving, debugging, just stuff like that, as well as going through like product design, just everything, right? So what y'all are seeing is like the growth of that, and it morphed into this, what y'all are seeing now. And I promise you, it wasn't this smooth in the past. It didn't used to look like this in the past. Unfortunately, I can't show you what it looked like because I don't have any other video on you. I lost footage, so I don't know where it is. So yeah. And even now, I'm not sure how long you've been following Eddie, but I know there are other people who've been following along for a little bit longer, and they can tell you that this has changed. Like it didn't used to be like this stream. Like being able to just quickly do this, like I wasn't able to do this. I had to like go over here to a monitor, look for a little floating window, and then click the thing every time I wanted to change a scene. And this is after I learned how to create scenes. Like I'm at a point now where the software that I'm using is second nature to me. This software I use is Ecamm, by the way. When I first purchased Ecamm, it's yearly, but when I first got Ecamm, I was just like, what the fuck is this? I was just like, what the hell? And now, like, it's nothing. I can start a stream within, like, when I started this stream, my buddy, Jimmy, you may know him, Joe, he was here. My buddy, like, he was here, and within 20 seconds after he left, I sat down, I pushed the button, all of the things popped up the way they needed to pop up. And then I typed in my description, and then I pressed enter, and here I am streaming. To me, this is much more, I don't know, I care more about this than like, okay, sure, I could have made some extra money, so okay, I don't care. I get paid dividends now, and I don't even care about those. It's like, okay. I have a lot of Microsoft shares, so and they pay a dividend, and I can be honest, I haven't thought about any of that shit in like 2 or 3 years. I kind of just leave it. I'm just like, it's 50-year-old, 60-year-old Williams money. It's not my money right now, which is why I tell people I'm broke. It's like, none of that shit's mine right now. It's for William in the future. Maybe William in the future will be proud of William today, right? That's what I'm after, is I want to be able to look back and be grateful and thankful to myself now and my behaviors and my decisions now, so that in the future, it's like, okay, yes, finally, yeah, like, I did a good job. I remember the Intel days when the streams were lag. Yeah. So I used to be, back when I was on the laptop, I didn't even have like a good camera setup really like this. I mean, I had my cameras, but no, oh no, I didn't. I think I had the A7 III at that time. And it was just, yeah. So things have come a long way. No, even recently, like I can do this. I can do that. I can just throw like, I got my NPC going, and this is recent. Like now I'm SSH'd into my laptop over there playing music, where I can like come over here and do stuff right here. Like things have changed. So that's what I like to see, is just a progression. I stopped chasing money. And what's interesting is that after I stopped chasing money, all of a sudden, like, well, it's not all of a sudden, but now it's easy. It's just easy now because I'm not chasing it. I'm not concerned about it. It's just like, okay, just do the best. Just do good, you know, just be a helpful person, be useful, be competent, and yeah, money will come. I think I talked about this where one of my senior engineers back in the day when I had first started working, he told me to not worry about the money and instead focus on becoming good at what I do and enjoying it. And he told me that the money will come. I listened to him, but I didn't really fully understand it. But now I look back, I'm like, man, like he gave me some real advice. Don't focus on money. Don't worry about that shit. And now as someone with it, I can sense when people are just worried about money. So like if someone's coming to me and they're talking to me about certain things and I can sense that they're all about money, I can be honest, like I don't even want to deal with them. And turns out a lot of people like me are just like that, where if they can sense that you're money hungry, all of a sudden they don't want to deal with you. It's interesting how that works out. You know, people want to deal with you if you're not trying to chase money, but if you are, they won't deal with you. It's weird. Or maybe it's not. I don't know. Well, oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. The setup is cool. There might be some value in making a little YouTube series of your setup. About how the money people there are broke people about. Man, I'm broke. I told you I'm broke. I don't have nothing. Every year I got to make sure that I'm as broke as possible to avoid as much taxes as possible. Honestly, this is part of the reason. I think you were asking about a car. This is part of the reason why I don't think I'm in the car scene anymore. I'm just like, nah, because it puts a target on you. I'm like, ever since I've gotten rid of my cars, I don't have random people show up or try to talk to me about, hey, like, what do you do? I hate that question. Cause it's just like, it's so impersonal. It's like, what? Fuck you. Don't worry about what I do. Why don't you ask how my day is? You know, I become an asshole. I ignore people these days. I'm one of them. I become the asshole that you probably think of, like other people like me are. It's just like, you'll say something and if it's the wrong something, I'll just straight up ignore you. Turn around, walk away.
I already got the other bits. I got the rear lights, I got the windshield, the mirrors, the levers, and the tank grips and pad. There's a little bit of a jerky on throttle, as if there's a little bit of
expensive car. I used to have expensive cars. My friends still all have expensive cars, and you know what? It makes it hard because peer pressure is real. It's not about like, no, I want to impress. It's literally, I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing, but I've had a reputation of having like, cars. And now that I don't have cars, my friends are like, man, when are you going to get a car? I'm like, I already have a car. I'm a little Tesla. I talk all the shit about it, but I'm like, I already have a car. I'm like, and now I got my bike. So somebody was asking about, I think it was you. I was just like, no, I have a bike now. Like, I don't even need a car. Because when I bought my first supercar, it was mainly because I wanted something that was the closest to my motorcycle on four wheels. But now I have a motorcycle. I have a Street Fighter. Nothing could compete with this. Nothing. And in terms of like just engagement, involvement, and just feel of the road connectedness, all of that stuff, nothing can compete with this. So I'm just like, why would I spend all this money on a car and I can buy my bike? And this bike is not real. I mean, it's relatively expensive, but like compared to some of the cars that I was looking at. By the way, I was contemplating the Ferrari 488. I've since changed my mind. I thought about it. I was like, you know what? That's a stupid purchase. That's dumb. I don't need it. Hence the reason why I don't need money. Because like, I'm just like, I don't need to buy the car. So I don't need the money. Right? I have my little bike right here. It's only like $300 a month. It's not really much of a deal for me. I think the city has one of the highest auto theft numbers. No. I don't know. I know that they were stolen a lot of trucks. I had a truck that was stolen. I used to have a TRX. Let's see. Auto theft by city in America. City, America. Let's spell it right. No, it's San Francisco. Oh, wait. Denver, San Francisco has the highest, followed by Philadelphia and Austin. You know what? San Francisco makes sense. I wouldn't have expected that in Austin. Just, because Austin's at the edge of the hill country, and the hill country is a little bit different. We have guns here, so it's just like, well, I guess it's property theft, so it's different. Are these right? Yeah, 10 worst cities for auto thefts. Yeah, Bakersfield, Denver, somewhere in Colorado, Albuquerque, Portland, San Francisco, Billings. Wow, Billings, Montana, by the way, is beautiful. It's really beautiful. I spent a lot of time in Billings. It's a very small city. It's only like 100,000 people. And I didn't really see that many cars in the city proper, but I guess it's all the people going to Yellowstone. Milwaukee, Seattle. Yeah, I'm glad to see that there's no Texas city. That's all that matters. Like, fuck them other cities. As long as it's not Texas, we good. Let's see if there's any other reporting about this. Yep, same thing. They may be getting this may be all the same people just quoting the same bullshit data. Yeah, that's what this looks like. Well, there you go. Oh wait, no, we have Texas. We're number 9. I'm not mad at that number because we are the second most populous state behind California, and we're only at number 9. So these other smaller, less important states have higher auto rates than us, which is good. I think the last time I looked at it, it had a high GTA rate. I was looking into moving to the Woodland Spring. Woodlands in Spring is actually quite nice, or Conroe. Well, Conroe is in that region too. It's nice. I don't think you'd have to worry about that there in that area. So when they're talking about Houston, they're talking about Houston. And only certain area, well, I mean, a lot of Houston's kind of ratchet. I'm not even gonna lie. But if you don't live in those areas, it's not bad. Now my area was really, really, really nice, but I've noticed ever since COVID, after that, like it's year over year, it's starting to become worse and worse. For instance, there is a bridge right over there, 59, and the last time I went under it, which was yesterday. Wait, what's today? Yeah, yesterday. It was filthy. It's homeless people living under it. It's a difference. It's a difference. It's in some ways it's almost not even recognizable from the city that I grew up in, because we didn't really have the level of violence or theft or any like crime or any of that kind of stuff that we have today. But it's not just here, and I understand that it's all of America. Do you think it's another level of freedom, like stage 1 is financial and location freedom, stage 2 is things like don't really matter? I guess. I think freedom is mental. I don't think that it's a thing. It's just mental. Are you free or are you not? I look at it very differently because of my background, right? Like, I come from my family's 2 generations ago were slaves. Well, no, 3 generations. I'm sorry, 3 generations ago. They were slaves. So my family, and at least my grandpa, made sure I understood that like freedom is up here. It's a mindset. If you're someone who thinks that, you are held back and all these other things, then you are, because you're holding yourself back. But I guess you could say there's no location freedom or whatever. I also got the opportunity to live abroad too. And what I learned is that you can't run from your problems. So if you're someone who's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna just go to this other place thinking that your problems will be solved, it's like, nah, your problems exist within you. So Once I figured that out and once I dealt with that, then I can live anywhere. I can be anywhere. It doesn't even matter where I'm at. So I would say just true freedom. And I don't even think it's about money. It's just literally like, just realize that you're all you need. If that makes sense. Like, you have everything you need. All those cities are West Coast? No, not all of them. Billings, Montana is in Montana, obviously, and that's landlocked. Colorado is also landlocked. It's right above us. New Mexico is definitely not West Coast. Neither is Philadelphia. Or what are the other cities that we saw? I don't know. I've already forgotten. I just saw that Texas one is there and I stopped caring. Yeah, not all of these. Some of these are, but not all of them are. Milwaukee's definitely not West Coast. Billings isn't West Coast. Albuquerque isn't West Coast. Colorado and Denver aren't either. But yeah, I mean, California has a lot, but you also got to keep in mind, California has a very large population. They have the largest population in America. I think they have over 50 million people, right? Let's see, Cali, CA population. Oh no, never mind. I'm way off. It has almost 40 million people. Texas has 30. So, the fact that they have 10 million more people, to me, that's like, okay, it would make sense that they would have more cities like that. But I also understand that it could be other reasons too. But here's where I'll probably push back. Well, never mind. I was going to say New York, but that's different. That's different. Do you still have friends from when you were broke? Did you have to cut people off? Yeah, I still have friends from back when I was broke. Yeah. One of them, she just finished her fellowship and she's going to Barcelona. She was on a plane going to Barcelona today. So, we've been friends since I was a sophomore in high school. I have another friend who lives in Qatar now. We went to school together. I've known him since I was in 9th grade. One of my other friends, he doesn't live too far. I've known him since I was a sophomore. One of my other friends I've known since I was a junior in high school. Yeah. I would say I have more friends from high school than I have from college. Real talk. And no, not all of them are like, we're normal people, just average people, right? Like most of them are just average people. And yeah, but I've cut people off too, but not for money reasons. And honestly, I don't know. It's more from like other reasons. Nothing to do with money. Although there is one person who basically stole $40,000 from me, and I cut him off for good. In the past, I saw him when I was getting my G-Wagon, and he was there, and I was like, when he saw me, he seemed really apologetic. He was crying and shit. And I tried to bring him back into the fold, not necessarily to like give him money or anything, but I'm just like, I got to a point in my life where I was like, you know what? It's only money. And I know y'all are like, it's a lot, but it doesn't matter. Like, it's only money. And I was just like, sure, I can drop that, right? Fuck it. It just won't happen again. But he ended up not really. In fact, if you're here, Yanni, you met him. If you're here, Yanni, you might know who I'm talking about. He was in our Slack row a little bit, and he's no longer in the Slack. But yeah, let's see here. Do you still? Yep. At the time, I was looking at a C8 driver was shot at a traffic light out of jealousy, according to the news. Told the realtor to not bother looking. I mean, yeah, sure. The thing about the news is that if you look at the news, you can find a reason to not live anywhere on Earth. So the fact that you would see that and say not there, but you still live in America. As someone who's lived outside of America, I don't think y'all realize how bad America really is. Like, compared to other places on the violent crimes index, it's quite high. It's also very not equal. It's also not truly Y'all are lied to. I think a lot of y'all think y'all are living in a true democracy. In reality, you're living in totalitarianism. The state is the largest employer. It's the largest driver of our economy here in America. Just keep that in mind. Just think about that. We haven't been a true capitalist state since what, the 40s? 30s? Since the New Deal, whenever the New Deal came out. We've had socialism. And it's gotten worse. It wasn't as bad, but it's gotten worse. Now it's like a lot of things is the state. And it reminds me of some other places that I've been. And some of the things that I'm seeing here are some of the things that I saw in other places. And I see this is where America's going. So I have one foot out. I have visas and other things in other countries. So I'm just waiting on whenever the fall happens. I'll probably leave all my shit here and just say fuck it and just dip. Just go somewhere else. I have offshore bank accounts. It's fine. Like, I'll leave whatever's here. If it survives, great. If not, zero fucks. I'm not free, unfortunately. Well, that's a mindset. If you believe you aren't free, then you aren't free. However, if you believe you're free, then you are free. The problem, I think it's not a problem. The thing is some people don't want to accept consequences, or they're not okay with consequences. And I've always been that person, especially when I was younger. I would be the person where it's like I was just straight up quit, knowing that knowing that I won't have income, knowing that all these things will happen. It's because I'm okay with it, because I remember how I grew up. And so long as I have that, all this other shit is just like, it's not really important. Just think about it, right? Like when you were young, you didn't have any other stuff that you think you need today. So if you didn't have it then and you were able to survive and get to where you are, then that tells you that you don't need the thing. This is how I was able, like I was talking about potentially getting rid of a phone, and people were like, well, what would you do? I'm like, well, fuck, nothing. Like, how would you talk to people? People don't talk to me. It's fine. I don't need to talk to people. Or what would you, it's like, it doesn't matter because I didn't have a phone when I was younger, and somehow I was just fine. Now, if society requires a phone, then maybe I'll just be cast out of the society. Maybe. Stole $40K and cried for forgiveness. Did he offer to pay back? Yeah, he offered to pay back. He gave me $1,000 twice, and then nothing else afterwards. But at this point, I don't even care anymore. I'm just like, this is where perspective comes in. You could look at it as, oh, hey, somebody stole $40,000 from me. You could look at it that way. You could also look at it like this. I was in a position to lose $40,000. You could also look at it another way. I was in a position to lose $40,000 and it not even affect me. So it's like, yeah, that happened, but it's okay. Other people go to get an MBA and they pay $150,000 for a degree, only to have to go work at a regular job to make the same amount of money that you can make with no degree. So you could look at it that way. It's like, I saved money. I got my business degree in life, in the streets. I don't need to go to school. I fully understand it's a mindset. I'm trying to break the bad habits every day. Well, just break one and just start with one. You don't have to do them all at one time. Can you expand? Now I'm curious. 40K is a lot. Was it over asking price on a card? No, it wasn't that. I have this, and I used to be this way. I'm no longer this way for reasons. This is why people can have nice things. But I believe that success is lifting the people around you up. And, he went to business school and all that kind of stuff. And, he wanted to do some finance related shit. And he was doing that. He worked as an investment banker for a little bit, I guess, or at an investment bank. So he was like, oh, I want to do this thing. I was like, okay, well, here is this thing for to get you to like some funds so, you could grow the money. I was like, here's the money. Just keep me up to date on how things are going. And I even told him, I'm like, honestly, I'm not really even concerned about having what do you call it, disbursements. I'm like, just for the time period, just keep it for this time period. Initially, it was for a year. That was initially it. And then he was like, oh, I need a little bit more time. So I was like, all right, cool, whatever. Just keep me up. Just keep me posted. I'm like, hit me up every quarter or something like that. Well, 3 years later, I'm like, yo, like, I haven't heard anything. What's up with things, and all these back and forth, all this and that. I won't get into specifics, obviously, but it was a lot of back and forth saying, oh yeah, like this is happening. And then in year 4, I'm like, all right, bro, like, all right, we need to wrap this up. Money, like I need it. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get it to you. And it was just like excuse after excuse after excuse for a whole year. And then the year after, I don't even get responses back. Yeah. Apparently, I don't know. Maybe he was going through some shit. I don't know. But at this point in life, it doesn't matter. It's okay. It's fine. Y'all might care more than I care at this point. I'm about to take a 56K loss, so I feel you. Yeah, I mean, people you lose things. And I guess for me, because I've lost actual shit that matters. Like I lost a lot of my family members, and yeah, like fuck, man. It's like the money don't really matter. Like once you lose shit that's truly important, it makes you realize what's important. So, if I could give away all of my money and get my grandpa back, I would do that. Straight up. Like fuck this money. It's not doing anything. I'd rather spend time with my grandfather. Or some of the other things or other people who I've had in my life. If I can give up money to have that back, man, fuck this money. We see really respect and forgiveness. How did you think about the principle of the event? How would you go about re-including him on stuff without getting burned in? Well, I won't. I've already tried that. In fact, this guy right here sounds like he really, Eddie, you remember the person who we had in the Slack? You remember, right? Don't say the name, but just say, yeah, I remember. That was an attempt to, that was that. Okay. All right. So that I've already done that. And I gave another chance. And after that, I've become very cold hearted now. So I don't even give people, like, if you fuck me over once, or if I think you're going to fuck me over once, it's automatic cutoff. And I've done this to a few people now where it's just like, I won't even say anything. I'm just like, just go I will cut my losses there, move on. And what I've found is that I'm more valuable than the money. That's what I found. So it's like, yeah, take the money. I'll remove myself. I hope that little, whatever funky little money you got, I hope it's fine. But in my life, I've only climbed. I've only gotten going higher and higher. More than people would have even more than people would have said that I could even achieve. Like it's certain things that I've done, I couldn't even imagine it myself. Yeah, him, that guy, yes. Yeah, him. Is your former friend doing well in life now? I don't know. I cut him out. I don't know. I don't even I remember he messaged me one day. I didn't even read the message. I straight up on the iPhone, you can just swipe I just swiped and deleted the shit. I didn't even want to read it. Fuck him. That's where I'm at in life. It's just fuck off kind of person. And I've had other people who've messaged me after the fact, and I don't even respond. It's just like, I'll let them know I read it though. Only the females. I'll let the females know I read it. I'll put the shit on red and not respond because I know that shit hurts more than just them thinking that I never got the message. I learned vindictiveness from my ex, so I play those little games now. Eddie, did you know about this? He out here signing titties. I learned about this today. Did you know about this? I wonder if she's married. Hold on, is that a ring? Hold on, let's see. Is she married? Nah, well, I don't know. She could be married. Imagine this is your wife. Would you forgive the 40K if it was an ex? What do you mean if it was an ex? You think that I didn't spend money on my exes? I spent money on my exes and my time, which is even more. So, I mean, but like, why would the ex steal money? That's the thing. It's like, that doesn't even make sense. Because I never really gave them money. It's just like, oh, what do you need? You know? One of my exes, the first ex, fuck her. She's irrelevant. But the second one, she paid my rent after I lost my job in the oil bust back in 2014. Not even my family offered to help. So when I lost my job, she covered my rent for 3 months. So once that happened, that was at that point where I was like, okay, like I want to marry this girl. It didn't end up working out, but like that, it made it to where it was like, okay, I will be loyal to this person. Like whatever she needs, whatever she wants, I'll try to make it happen. So a lot of what kind of made me get my shit together more so than ever was that fact, right? Like, I mean, she grew up really well off. She grew up like very well off. I'll just say that. And I was like, man, like I would like to be able to provide the same life that she was used to. So I started working my ass off and studying, doing all kinds of things to level up. And I think a year and a half after I had got laid off from that job, which I was making pretty decent. I was making like 120 and I was only like 24 at that time. But after that experience, I worked my ass off to get to a point where I was getting a 180K base salary plus equity and all these other things. I set up businesses and I started really setting up stuff. And now I wasn't spending off cash at that time, but it was build mode, right? So yeah, unfortunately for her, she decided that she thought she could do better. Maybe she did. From what last time I heard, she was working. I don't think that's better. But yeah, like shortly after she ended up leaving, I went to another social class. I'll just say it that way. So part of the reason, and I kind of owe that to her because I wasn't really motivated. I've never been motivated by money like normal people. I was just like, I just need enough to get the stuff that I want. But it wasn't until that point where I was like, all right, I'm gonna like really, buckle down and like try to do something for real. So yeah, that's kind of what set me on this trajectory. Honestly, if it wasn't for her and that, I wouldn't have any of this shit because I wasn't seriously, I wasn't out here chasing money like that. I was just like, I even told her, I was like, yo, like, because she wanted to work for whatever reason. I was like, man, I'm happy to stay at home. I'm like, you can work. I'll be a stay-at-home, person, and I'll do whatever. But yeah, I ended up working my ass off so I can provide a life for us, and that didn't happen. So by the time I actually did come into a little bit of money, it was just me, and all the money that I had saved was still there. And then my expenses went down because I wasn't, I'm not paying for two people. It's just me, right? So all of a sudden I just had way too much money to play with. And I did a bunch of a bunch of dumb shit, like a bunch of cars, a bunch of bikes. Fortunately, I bought some good stuff too, to make sure that I wouldn't flame out. But yeah, like had she stuck around, I probably wouldn't have bought all those cars. I probably wouldn't have done any of that. I probably would have went the other route and would have bought more than a few houses. Like I would have bought like 4 or 5 houses instead, and just focused on that and tried to build that so that we could spend more time together. There's a better angle in the video. Keeper, I don't know. She broke you up. Wait, what? She broke up with, yeah, she left. Big as L. I would say her leaving is probably the biggest L, because my goal in life wasn't to necessarily make a lot of money. My goal in life was to have a family. Like that's actually what I wanted. But life doesn't always give you what you want, right? Sometimes you just No, you get other things. So I got other things. But I don't know. That's also a matter of perspective. Like, is it an L? Because you can learn something from everything. Well, this is where you might be wrong. I'm not truly disagreeing with you, but I'm being facetious. It's always the man's fault. Always. Ever since the Bible, it's Adam's fault that Eve ate the apple. Right? So I mean, it always falls back to the man. So, like, you know, it is my fault. But someone has to take accountability, right? Like, I can't be like, oh, it's her fault. So it's like, I'll take it, because the thing is, the person who takes the accountability and the responsibility is also the person that gets rewarded. You may not consider it rewarded, but like, the money goes, if you want to like route it back to money goes to the people who has the responsibility and who are accountable. That's actually where capital flows to. It's whoever is best at allocating it. So that's a responsibility and accountability type of thing. So, you know, you say, yeah, it's someone else's fault, or you can just assume that it's your fault and you become better, and yeah, you just go from there. Little comment, he didn't get your joke. She's broke. You're oh, okay. Basically, you're on the bigger and better bottle. Oh, I don't know if, like, what's bigger and better? Is it bigger and better? It's like, let's just say that I got things that I learned that I used to think when I was younger. I used to think that money would change my life, and that I thought that was like, oh, but now I'm just like, is that really better? Now I have this. I remember, one day I remember looking, and I was like, oh my gosh. And some just ran through my mind. It's some that that I used to hear growing up. It's that be careful what you wish for, because you may get it. and when you get it, you may realize that it comes with these other things that you didn't expect. I learned that lesson early in life, and I'm very grateful for that. Because not everybody learns that lesson. I learned this lesson at 27. All right. It's like I learned that no, money does not bring happiness at 27, which I think is a very good age to learn that at, because a lot of people, and this is where I think I understand midlife crisis now, because I may have went through that myself earlier, younger. And it's this idea that, you know, you spend your whole life working up to something, and, you know, whatever. And then you finally get there, and then you find that it's empty. So what do? Well, you go out and you buy you a car, like you know, the people in their 40s, 50 do, like when they get a little bit of money, they go buy some cars, they go buy a bunch of material shit, thinking that that's going to somehow change anything, their situation. And what a lot of them find out is that it doesn't. So I'm very grateful that I was able to learn this lesson at 27. That means that I'm more wise than people twice my age who haven't gotten there yet, and they're still chasing this dream, not realizing that there's not really anything on the other side. You should put all that effort and energy into relationships. That's actually the thing that's important. But too many people are so clouded by just the chase that they don't really get that fact that, yeah, you may have some money, but if you're the only one with money, like, that's not that fun. I can tell you firsthand. Like, most people don't have the kind of money where they can just travel around and do whatever the fuck they want whenever the fuck they want to. So chances are you're going to be alone. And unless you're equipped to be alone, like I've learned to, you know, be that way, but like, unless you're equipped to be alone, it's not going to be pleasant. Like, you go somewhere and you're by yourself. Like that, most people, I don't think that's the idea that they have. And I think some people think that other people will give a fuck that they have money. And in all honesty, most people don't give a fuck. I know if somebody, like, I've met a bunch of people with money, and I normally don't care. I don't ask, what do you do? I don't, like, if I see someone has some kind of car, I don't even give a shit. It's just like, okay, it's just some bullshit ass car. It's like, okay, you have some money. Okay, sure. So does everyone else. When you're broke, money is everything. Then when you get there, you realize you were much happier in mom's basement grinding coding. Yeah, like, yeah. But that saying that you can't tell a broke man that money won't change his life is true, because plenty of people have told me that. I kind of even alluded to it when I was like the senior engineer at the company I was at. He was like, "Don't worry about money." I used to be very money focused. Like, I remember it. I used to be very money focused, and looking back, I realized how stupid it was to set goals based around money. Like, there was one point where I was like, man, I want to be able to make $80,000 a year, which at the time I wanted to do it. It was a lot, at least to me, from where I was coming from. That was a lot of money. And yeah, I got there, and I don't know. I guess after the taxes, I was like, oh, well, now I need to make $120,000. And then I got to there, and it was like the same. Nothing really changed. And what I realized, and this is looking back, but at that time in my life, this is my early 20s, by the way, my lifestyle kept going up. So even though I was making more money, at the end of the month, I was still the same. Like, I wasn't actually like any better off. And fortunately, I got to a point to where like I actually I actually have, like, I don't live paycheck to paycheck. How about that? So I was very fortunate to where my my latter half of my 20s, I learned that, yeah, like, I don't need that much, because so long as I don't spend that much, I'm good. So, so I have a budget. When I tell people I have a budget, they're like, oh. I'm like, yeah. So I have a budget. I budget $10,000 a month and by the way, that includes I don't call it discretionary savings, but like savings that I put into my actual savings account. I have a separate retirement thing so like my retirement and other things that come out before it gets to my regular account. So like for my account, I think it's like, I don't know, like 10,700 or some change every month is what I get to live on. And what I do is 20% of that immediately, even though I already have savings, I throw it into savings. And then after a certain period of time, because I don't want to have too much money in my savings account, it gets thrown over into my investment accounts. And so you can almost say that I'm living off of, wait, hold on. No, it's less than that. No, hold on. It's more. I put 1,500 in each account. So that's 3,000. Yeah. So I basically live off of $7,000 a month, which I know it sounds like a lot, and maybe it is a lot, but you got to keep in mind I'm in a different place. But I'm living off like $7,000 a month, which that includes my rent, all of my bills, like my cars, discretionary income, like all that, like, or not income, I'm sorry, discretionary spending, all that, like, and I am able to save about $45,000 to $5,000 a month on top of what I already have. So it's like, I don't know, I think I'm doing okay. Now, there are things that I can improve, I will admit. So when I bought the motorcycle, I did think about that, where I was just like, do I really need a bike? Because I always have money left over in the checking account. So I was like, I could just keep this and allocate more towards like more risky investments. Not like, say for instance, I have a friend who's starting a company or something like that. Like if I had that extra $7,000, because that's what I budgeted, even though it's less than that. I budgeted $5,000 to $7,000 because of gas, maintenance, insurance, the actual bike itself per year. So instead of taking the $7,000 a year and dumping it in this bike, I thought about just taking it and just having this like creating another account and just shoveling it over there. So if anybody needed something for some type of investment or something like that, like a startup pre-seed, and because I do angel investing, so if anybody needed money for that, I would just have it. But I don't know, I decided to just get a bike because I don't know why. I don't have a good because. I don't necessarily regret it, but even after getting it, I knew it wouldn't change my life. But even now, I'm just like, yeah. Cause I think about getting in an accident a lot. That's why I'm like, I'm just like maybe I don't know. Who knows? Maybe I might sell the bike. Not now, but maybe in a year. Fortunately, I don't owe that much on it, so I will get back a lot of money if I sell the bike. So I have been thinking about it. Maybe I'll think about it more next year, but this year I'm going to keep it. Quarter life crisis, maybe. I don't know. It could be midlife. I don't know how long I'm gonna live. But yeah, I also learned that retirement isn't for me, because I went into, I call it semi like pseudo retirement now, but at that time I was like, man, I'm done. I'm gonna not work and do anything, just do whatever I want. I didn't really have an idea of what it is that I wanted. I was just like, just what you say. And after just just doing whatever I felt like, I realized that, well, I actually do want to work, because that's what I ended up doing. I became even more busy than when I had a job, and I used to have 2 jobs actually, at my company and my business, not a company, a business that I was doing, like doing sales. And I created a lot of work for myself. And then it was very obvious to me that, I cannot do nothing. I have to do something. So it changed my relationship to work, which is why I work now. I'm like, I enjoy it. I know some people, they don't really like working. I'm just like for me, that's what I live to do now. I like to work. That's not saying that like work in the sense that y'all may be thinking, but for instance, even though I haven't gotten any work done now, creating this video is work. It requires effort, energy, time, all of it is work. All right. So that, or some of the music that I'm starting to make, I'm starting to get back into making music. That's work too. If I'm building products or writing software, that's work. If I'm going to the gym, trying to lose weight, that's work. Everything is work to me. And that's what I live for. It's to do to be active, to do things in the world, to make progress, to do something that's hard. That's really it. I need that. I guess you have to balance living the day and setting yourself up for the future. Yeah, you should. You should definitely, you should really think about the future. Just keep in mind that what you have now, or the way things are made, they don't have to be that way. So, yeah. And honestly, you can't even control the future. So while I am making sure that I have stuff for later in life, there is the likelihood that I don't even get to that point later in life. And, someone looking, like some third party can be looking, it's like, oh, it was so wasted. You could have did all these things, but it's whatever. I've done a lot of things in my life, and I'm pretty sure if I'll do more things in my life in the future. I don't really have any expectations. That's what I've learned to let go of. Is don't expect anything. Just go one day at a time, and you may surprise yourself. Feel you. I'm always let down. Always let down. I just bought an OLED, and the picture is great. Bro, the picture is great. Did you buy the same one I bought? Like the LG that you saw when you were here? Was it that one? The picture's awesome. I'm not even gonna lie. But yeah. Yeah. There is one display that I bought that I would buy it again. Well, I mean, obviously I bought the TV again too. When I moved back to the States, I bought the even bigger one and a better one. But yeah, this monitor, this Pro XDR, I use it every day. That's kind of that's how I determine whether or not something is worth it to me, is how often do I use it? And does it remove all of my complaints? Right. So I haven't complained about this monitor ever. The last monitor I had, I was always complaining and talking shit. I hated it. I still have one. I have it right here. I have this monitor. So I used to have 2 of these right here, the LG Ultrafines, and I would always talk shit because they're plastic. I don't know if you can hear it. They creak. It's plastic. It's disgusting. I hate it. I still have it for sentimental reasons. This is the first thing that I bought when I went to a new social class. It's the first thing that I bought was a new monitor. That should tell you how much of a fucking geek I am. It's like other people go buy expensive ass watch or some dumb ass cars and shit. I went to the Apple store and I'm like, I want 5K monitors. So I bought 2 of them. And I bought this Apple Watch. These were my first purchases. I still have it, obviously. For that reason. Because it's special in that sense where it's like, the first thing that I was thinking about buying was, oh, let me upgrade my monitor setup. Straight up. It's not like I had bad monitors. I just needed these 5K monitors. Money won't bring happiness, but if you have a solid foundation and all your other core needs met, it elevates your experience for sure. It's all mindset within. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it is. Also, elevating your experience goes both ways, negative and positive. Just keep that in mind. Like, I think a lot of times we often look at just the pros and we forget that cons also exist. It's a duality. They exist on the same coin. You can't have one without the other. I love my Ultra Sharp, but my colleagues rave about the Apple Studios. The Apple Studio is the same as this over here, the LG Ultrafine, with this key difference, because I don't complain about this one. It's not made out of cheap, disgusting plastic. It's actually metal. I don't know if you can hear. I'll show it to you. It's for people who don't know. It's actually made out of metal, and it's got a glass display. It feels really premium. So yeah, it's really nice. The speakers sound really good if you use speakers on your monitor. I don't. The camera is mid at best. I can show y'all what the camera looks like. Give me a second. Let me edit my scene right quick. Add a new camera to the thing. Wait a minute. Oh, I've turned it off because it's so fucking mid. Let me re-enable that camera. Re-enable built-in camera. Oh, wait a minute. Wait, I don't see it. It's not showing up. Whatever. I give up. I don't care enough. But the camera's mid, but it's got a camera. One of the coolest features about it though is that even if my computer is off, or even if it's on, I can cast any of my Apple devices to this monitor. So my iPad, for instance, I can say, you know what, I want to cast it over to here, and I'm calling it casting, Apple SharePlay, whatever they call it. You can do that here. It's pretty dope. Same with the phone, and the audio will play through it and all that kind of stuff. It's pretty cool. You have crap monitors. Yeah. Do you even use mine? I thought you used laptops. But if you're trying to upgrade your monitors, wait, you said monitors, tours, so that means multiple. I would recommend, for you, because I know the kind of stuff you do, just a Mac Studio. That's all you need. It's good enough. I'm still gonna talk shit about it because it's not good enough for me. I need this Pro XDR. I need blindingly bright HDR. This Mac Studio doesn't do HDR, and it's hard to really explain to you how much better HDR looks. It is insane. I think HDR is better and more impressive than like 8K. Right? That's the thing that a lot of people are pushing, like 8K. I would rather have 1080p in HDR than just basic 4K. Like HDR makes a really big difference. The dynamic, because that's one of the main problems with cameras, is that their dynamic range is not as high for reasons. So now imagine you can get an extra 2 or 3 stops of dynamic range. Like, that's very impressive. Found the back end of. Who's the back end of? I don't know who that is. $6,000 grams. That's 6 kilograms. Wait, this thing is that heavy? 6 kilograms? That's pretty heavy. Is that like 14 pounds? Let's see. 6 times 2.2. Yeah, 13, 14. Man, that's heavy. How much is the one I have? Oh, they don't have it anymore. Bro, man, this is a good deal. Look at this. A regular MPC Live is $1,300. To pay $300 more to get the full one with a 10-inch screen where I don't have to break my neck looking down. That's why I don't like this. I have to look down too much. All right, anyway, that's enough of that. Let's cut my video.
As if there's a little bit of play in the drivetrain. Yep, there's a little bit of play had. There's a little bit of a jerky on throttle. Hold on, no, here's a little bit of a jerky on throttle, as if there's a little bit of play in the drivetrain.
What are some good chairs that won't break the bank and not Will's bank? My ass cheeks hurt. I like the chair that I have right now is the Herman Miller Embody. It's pretty decent. And it lasts a long time. I bought this chair in 2014. No, wait, no, that's a lie. 2015. Close enough. So I've had it for almost 10 years now. It'll be 10 years in May next year. And it's fine. You know, it's pretty dope. Now they start at a relatively decent price. I got a customized one, but you can go to what's that thing called, Craigslist, and maybe get the Herman Miller Aeron chair. Where do you live? Because if you live in like a major city, especially now because a lot of startups are closing down, you can get a Aeron chair for really cheap. For like under $400, really cheap. Let's see. Yeah, see, $350. So here's the thing with I wouldn't recommend the Logitech version of the Herman Miller Embody. It's kind of cheap in comparison. Like it's different materials to real Herman Miller chairs. Like the base is plastic. It creaks a lot more. I don't know. It's okay, I guess. I like the color. I almost bought one until I touched it. I was like, oh no, nah. Oh no. Oh man, I want this Atlas headrest. Yeah, maybe I should get that so I can rest my head back. But yeah, you see here, these chairs are not bad for the, let's see. Well, this is a whole thing. This is for Houston though. Houston's kind of whack. If you live in San Francisco, you can get these really easily. Oh, Facebook Marketplace. Yeah, I don't use Facebook, but yeah, Facebook Marketplace too. So here's the cool thing about if you are, man, this is why I'm like, I don't know, maybe I'm just lucky, but when I went to the Herman Miller design room, which I didn't know it wasn't for regular people, it's for businesses. But I went in there and the guy, he just let me in. And me and him ended up having a conversation for like 2 or 3 hours. You know, just cause I talk to people. That's just how I am. And I was like, man, like I really want this Herman Miller Embody. And I was also contemplating some other chair. I was like, I really want this Herman Miller. And like, you know, I did my whole customization and I literally asked, cause it was expensive. I was like, can I get a discount? He's like, we don't do discounts. So I was like, but like, can I get a discount? Cause I know everybody has a policy, but policies are bullshit. And he's like, you know what? My mom, I think she worked or she was like a manager or something like that at one of the warehouses for this. So he was like, you know what? Like, I'll talk with my mom and see if she'll give you the discount. The discount was 50% off. So I bought my Herman Miller chair, this Embody, customized. It would have been like $2,300. I got it for like $900,000 just because I asked. And I mean, I do this often too. Like I get free food often, like, or I'll get discounts. So I'll be at Chipotle. I'll be like, can I get a discount? And sometimes, a lot of times they'll say, yeah, they'll just give me a discount. It's pretty dope. I remember when I was in college and I was always getting like free burrito bowls. And my roommate, he was like, how you get? I'm like, I just ask. And they're like, and they say, I'm like, yeah, like, what's the worst they're gonna say? No? Okay. But I've always asked. I ask for free shit all the time, or for discounts, and often I get it. Like even now, I was like with this where I live at now. I went down. I'm like, I don't want to. Like they already gave me an offer, but I'm just like, I don't want to pay that. I want more of a discount. So I went down there. I'm like, I want 6 weeks off, and they're going to see what they're going to do. He's like, we don't want to lose you. I'll see what I can do. So might be getting a better deal, you know. I tried that with my Macan too, and they told me no, and I told them fuck them. I said fuck Porsche now. It's like you all are going to realize that I'm more valuable in your like when you're in my good grace. So they decided to not give me a $1,500 discount, so they lost $120,000 sale, and they've also lost future sales. So I no longer want a GT3. The GT3 spec that I had was a $230,000 spec. They won't see that now because they wanted their $1,500. So I was like, okay, fine, it's okay. I will go without the little Macan. That could. Here's a chair. It's only $600. I don't know if I like it. It's kind of ugly. Why are they showing these other chairs? Yeah, this is kind of ugly. Nah, I wouldn't do it. But I'm gonna be real. I haven't bought a chair in so long. I don't know. I don't look at chairs because I've had it. It works. A lot of the stuff that I have, like even this desk. I bought this desk shortly after I bought the chair, and I got the desk on discount too. I only paid $600 for this desk. Can y'all believe that? This is I think it's like 80 something inches long. It's got a beveled, here, let me try to show it. It's hard. You can kind of see it here. You can see how my MPC kind of does that. It's because it's beveled, and it's like, it comes in closer inside of the desk. I have this top right here. You can't see it, but there's a top there as well that I installed. Yeah, I got all this stuff for, man. Like, why would I pay full price for anything? I don't understand why anybody pays full price for anything. That's just silly. I had the Aeron for a few years, but I found the steel case to be too much more comfortable. I didn't like the Aeron, to be honest. The Aeron for me, it causes the underside. It makes me lose circulation. That's what it feels like. Like my bottom of my thighs will go numb. I didn't like it, or my hamstrings. I didn't like it that much. I like the Embody more because it has an adjustable base. I'm tall. I have really long legs. That's where most of my height is. So being able to have support there comes in handy. I have heard of the steel case, but I'm also a person on looks. Like I needed to look a certain way. There was one chair that looked, I think that they make, that I contemplated. Let me see if I can find it. Office chairs, or maybe some other company that makes it. Nah, it's not them. Yeah, it's not them. Cause I was looking at this chair and I was just like, oh, is it this chair? I think it. No, wait a minute. It's whatever their top chair is, and I was just like, it's not doing it for me. I think the other chair it started with like a H. I don't know. I don't even know the brand. But there was some other chair. I was just like, I'm a looks person. It's got to look. It has to have a certain aesthetic, and it didn't do it for me. But I have heard, from the people who have it that they like it. Maybe when this chair breaks, maybe. But I'm more likely to just buy the same chair. Hopefully not at full price. Hopefully I get it another discount because I don't want to pay full price. This chair is stupidly expensive.
Beautiful day out. It's not as hot as it was earlier. It was miserable earlier today. I wasn't even sure if I was going to get to come out. I was like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and brave.
Yeah, I agree. I didn't even know what this chair was until I went to the place and I saw it. I was like, what is that chair? I didn't know it was expensive. This is before I knew that Herman Miller shit was stupidly expensive. I was just like, I like this chair. Because we had Herman Miller Aerons at GitHub. So that was my connection to it. I was like, I wanted the Aeron initially. even though it was not as comfortable. It was more comfortable than the Office Max chair that I had. And I would buy a new one like every 2 years or so because they'd always crap out. And I was like, man, I'll just get this Aeron because it's well built, it's sturdy. You know, you can like I did like the lean mechanism. By the way, this Embody has a similar lean mechanism, so I went for that reason. And I saw this chair with that weird ass spine thing, and I was just like, what is that shit? I'm like, what is that? Why is it like that? And I sat in it. It was pretty comfortable. It was comfortable, and I was like, man, I want this chair. And man, that the price was a lot. It was a lot, but it's fine. It's a wonderful investment. The way that I look at a lot of these things is you could look at it as a one-time purchase, or you can amortize it over the lifespan, over its lifespan. So the fact that I've owned this chair for almost 10 years and I only paid about $1,000 for it, that's $100 a year. That is cheaper than what I was paying when I was buying, you know, these little $300 chairs from Office Max that would, you know, give me back problems that weren't really comfortable, and I would still have to replace it. So if I would have did that, I would have spent what, let's just say $250 times 5, so $1,250. So I've come out ahead so far. But it only works when you keep the things for a long period of time. Person will never touch Herman Miller again, though. Scum CEO. Are you talking about the woman? Herman Miller has a heritage that exists before this woman. You're talking about the new one, right? Relatively new one. I'm like that. I'm more like what you're saying. I'm more like this when it comes to subscriptions. Like if I have to continually pay, that's different. But if it's something that is like a one-time purchase and I'm like it suits my need, I don't know if I care as much. Cause like, what am I going to do? Like, cost the rest of my life to be not as great because of I'm good. Oh yeah, her. I don't know what she did, but I have a Herman Miller book. I don't know if oh, actually, I have a gosh, what do you call it? I have a special Herman Miller Jarvis. I think it's Jarvis. Herman. Oh, this is wait, no, this Herman Miller Jarvis. I think it's Jarvis. No, it's not Jarvis. It's fuck. Let me see. So I had some neighbors here from New York who had the Eames? No, not Eames. This bench, the Nelson bench. So they had one of these. They're like some high-powered lawyer couple from New York. And yeah, they had one of these, but signed by Herman Miller himself. So I have one of these in there, the big one, and it's got his signature on it. So yeah, that's kind of fun, I guess. I don't sit on it though. I don't really use it. It's just in there for decorate. It holds my not my paintings. It holds my photos because I haven't hung my photos up. I'm one of those people where I have photos and art that's just not up. I even have some of my artwork still in storage from back before cause I didn't move all my stuff back because this is a smaller place than before I left. So I still have a storage unit. So I have some of my art there, and I've been contemplating going through that and either taking it out and bringing it in here so I don't have to pay a storage fee, and also selling some of the stuff that's in there. By the way, if any of you want a stock GT3 exhaust or a stock Monster 1200R exhaust or a stock Panigale 1299 exhaust, I have them. If you want one, I'm willing to sell them. Cause those are the big things that are in my storage units and like Apple boxes. Like the boxes to all of my monitors, my Mac Studio, iPad, like all the boxes, they're there. Not like they're going to lose business, but yeah, just personal thing, bro. I understand. I'm with you. I don't have Adobe for that reason, even though my life now sucks as a result. I don't have library management. Oh my gosh, it's horrible. I even thought about going back, crawling back, but I was like, nah, fuck it, because I'll have to pay that $80 fee. Cause I put it on a virtual card, so when I canceled, I was like, yeah, good luck getting your money. So, so now as a result, I'm like, I'm committed. I can't pay that $80. Fuck them. I'm not paying that $80. She took away bonuses from employees to give herself a nice pay cut. Well, did she take the way like, all right, I disagree. She didn't take away a bonus from employees. The only way you could take away something from the employees if it was theirs in the first place. And let's be real, these employees don't own the company. That's not how capitalism works. So, yeah. As long as you don't have a tacky Gucci book on the coffee table. I don't even have a coffee table, bro. But I do have some neighbors who they have the books, and I talk all kinds of shit. I'm like, I know you never look at that shit. You don't read that shit, cause it's always in the same place as Dusty. Nah, I don't have that, but I do have a book. I'm going to show it to you though. Give me a second. Same having to learn new Adobe alternative says, what are you using? What are you using? Because I haven't found an alternative for library management. Like, I'm fine with the editing, all that stuff. Like, I'm fine with that, even if it's not what I want. It's good enough. I can learn the new thing. But the library management, I haven't found a good solution that has all of it. I just need all of it. All right, hold on. Give me a second. Let me go look at the thing. All right, so you can see the kind of books that I have. This. So I bought this mostly to collect, but also I've gone through it and looked at some of the stuff. I haven't read it though. I will admit that I have not read it. Maybe one day, like, you know, but it's really, oh, y'all can't see it. How do I make it this where you can see it? All right, so here, let's do this. We're going to go to QuickTime Player. By the way, if you don't know you can do this, you're about to see that you can do it. We'll do a new movie recording. Here, I'll show this. So I'm in a new movie recording here. And then we will select, no. We'll select my iPhone 14. Maybe. Did it get selected? Yes. Okay. Y'all can see. Oh wait, let me move it to the other side because I'm blocking, I think. All right. Oh, this doesn't have the action button. Oh my gosh, how do you get to the camera? Oh, here you go. All right. So it's like, it's a phenomenal, like the printing and the binding, everything about it is really good. I have the dust jacket on. I should take it off before I damage it. Let me do that. I don't want to damage my dust cover. All right, so here it is. This is what it looks like without the dust cover. It's I don't know if you can hear it. And check out the, man, isn't that dope? Hold on, let me go this way. I think that's kind of dope, right? Is it just me who likes this kind of stuff? Like, it's got some of the most beautiful illustration. I don't know. Everything about this book is phenomenal. The paper feels really good. The printing is really good. The typography is really good. Check it out. Here it is. And check this out right here. So one thing I may do in the future, no, not now, but like some of the things that are in here, I would like to be able to do this like computationally on the computer. So maybe, you know, I'll learn some of the history behind some of these things, but also maybe they'll go into, I don't know because I haven't read it, like I said, but maybe they'll go into how these things work, or, you know, at a high level, and then I can go in and implement it, stuff like this right here. I'll scroll through a little bit faster because I know y'all probably don't care. Yeah, this right here is interesting. So I think this is when they're getting into proportion and all that kind of stuff. Go a little bit further in. Yeah, this is a book. This is a book. I really need to read it. Maybe I'll start it at some point. I have other books that I'm going through right now. So yeah, I probably won't start it anytime soon, but I bought it a long time ago. Anyways, that's it. Oh, here, you can see I hinted at it. This is my mic. Well, it's not a new one, but I finally found it. It was somewhere, it was hidden somewhere. So I put it, it's now connected to here. I got the MPC connected to there as well as this other stuff. And you can get a little bit of an idea of the other stuff quickly. See, this. There's another computer back over there somewhere. Maybe you can see it, probably. Yeah, right there. And another one over there. If you want something similar, check out the visual display of quantitative information. So I've already checked that out. It was required reading when I was in grad school, back when I was doing statistics. So yeah, I've already read it. Like I've actually read that, not just have it. Like I've read it. I understand a lot of the stuff that's in there, and I had to put it into practice for a lot of my work when I was in grad school. I know some things. I know I pretend to be dumb a lot, but I know a couple things. I'm not all over here. I know who Edward Tufte is. There's another guy who he's really popular amongst the Recurse Center crowd. Brett Victor, I believe. Brett Victor. I think it's, or the Victor that way. Yeah. No, not this one. This one. Not this one. Wait, is it not? Wait, is his name not Brett Victor? Oh, it is. I just didn't spell it right. Yeah, this guy. He's the person that he's just like a god at Recurse Center. I did Recurse Center a while ago, and his work is amazing. And in fact, his work inspired me, and I didn't actually follow through with it, but I did consider going into HCI, human computer interaction. So MIT has a program that I considered their ACI program, obviously. I don't know if he went here or whatever, but like I was considering this program, and they have some work here. Let me see, MIT ACI Git. So it was some work that they did that really like put them on my map, because it was around Git, and for like this first, I did a lot of stuff with Git. Just pretend that that I had a different life. I used to be an engineer in the day. But they had this thing. So ACI Git paper or research paper. We'll just do academic. Scholar, Google, and then we'll do MIT ACI Git. Is this it? What? Man, I wish I would have saved these. Well, I didn't have this computer then, so that's going to be my excuse. I will find it because it's a worthwhile read. It gets into the interface of Git, like how it's used and what can be done to improve it and make it more approachable to everyday normal people. And for what it's worth, that's really important to me because back when I joined GitHub, like the reason why I wanted to join was that I wanted to make stuff approachable for people in my family. And that was the whole idea behind GitHub Desktop, which is, you should be able to get your work done without having to like know all this trivial bullshit within Git. So I was looking for, when I was looking at like product research, I was looking for ways of how can we just make it easier. If that makes sense. I wish I can find it though. I really wish I can find it. Let's see, Git better interface HCI. Maybe it wasn't MIT. Maybe it was someone else. Nah, I don't know. Oh wait. Is this it? Reinventing Git user? Nah, this isn't it. This was an actual paper, for real paper. Oh well. All right. Sorry, I can't find it right now. My team lead suggested it me a while back. I was about to start a large project that dealt with a ton of fancy charts. See, if you read that book, what you'll learn is that fancy charts are stupid. You don't do fancy charts. You do charts that can be understood easily. And for the most part, they're like 6 charts. All other charts are basically what he calls chart junk. It's just they look pretty, but they don't do the job of actually conveying the information. One of the key points that I remember that like a real takeaway outside of the other shit was like to avoid using angles, right? So when like a lot of people like to use pie charts, but humans are not very good at seeing the difference between multiple angles. So he was like, if you have more than 3 or maybe 2, or if they're too close together, like to not even use it to use another chart. Wait, is this it? Gun on Stacia. Nope, this isn't it. This book, I think a lot of this. One of the I think the co-founder wrote this book. I had to read, man. This was a source. I had to read this book a lot, getting into all the details. If you really want to learn Git, this is where you go. Pro Git. Maybe Carnegie Mellon, their top ACI. No, it wasn't Carnegie Mellon. It wasn't them. I remember something with MIT because that's what made me want to go to MIT. Was to study under that person, or like whoever was the advisor for that person who wrote that paper. Because obviously I was doing Git stuff at the time, and like that's what I was doing. Anyway, let's go back to Bret Victor because I didn't get a chance to show why this dude is amazing. About to bring you into the camp of Bret Victor. All right. Before I do that though, let me put this book back. Unless you want to see other books, I have other really cool books if you're interested. Like I have the Porsche book, I have the Herman Miller book, I have books on cooking because I'm really into cooking. Never mind. I don't have that. I have the Modernist Cuisine collection, but it's not here. Oh wait, I might have one. I might have one here. I have another collection of books. Like I bought a book because I needed it for class, and then as a result, I rebought the book, but I bought it in a collection. It's still in the plastic. Give me a second. Let me grab it right quick. This is the Knuth collection. The Art of Computer Programming. So I had to buy the first one. So I have two of the first one actually. The reason for that is, well, I bought the book for class, and then I was like, oh man, like I actually want to be able to have this and just have it, because it seems like books are going out of fashion, especially these days. So this is one of the other collectibles that I have. All right. Now it may not be worth anything to a lot of people, but maybe in the future it could be worth something, or maybe it won't be worth anything. But you know, even if it's not, I can always go through it. I can open it if I really, really, really want to. I don't really want to open it right now. And yeah. I'm missing one though. There's a 5. There's an edition 5, but it's new, and I couldn't find it as a part of a set, so I settled on this one, which, you know, it's fine. But yeah, I have like little this kind of shit that I like to have. Look up the Machiavelli purple satin hardcover, The Prince. Machiavelli purple satin. Wait, what's The Prince? What is this, a novel or? Huh. The new illustrated edition. The Prince. The Art of Power? Is that what it is? Is this like an art history book? Here, let's see. Goodreads. Oh, excuse me. Is it a good book? Oh, wait. I got you. Wait, is it this one?
How dare you?
Wait, let me pitch it up right quick.
How dare you?
There you go. I got you. How dare you? It's about power dynamics, more of a military thing. Fantastic book. It has all the. So here's what I'll do then. I'll add it to my list of things. Although, like, it's such a short book, I'll probably it's probably public domain. I probably don't even have to buy it. Let's see, The Prince, Nicola, something, I don't know. Oh, look at that. There's probably, if it's 144 pages, this is it. Yeah, I'll just read it here. Not now, obviously. I have other books that I'm getting through. This could be it, right? This is it. 100 and yeah, this seems to be it. Okay, yeah, let me just save this. By the way, I saw the publish date and I was like, well, this is public domain. That's why I'm like, I could probably just get it for free. So we'll call it The Prince. We'll throw it in my books directory, which is on Hermes or Hermes if you want to use the god name. This is on media, I think, books. Yeah, The Prince. There we go. Cool. I'll read it at some point. Hey, anytime, bro. One thing that I want to do is
like part of these streams is that I want to evolve them over time, right? So I don't believe in waiting until something is perfect to start. It's just like you start and you iterate. So, you know, things have already changed. In fact, I don't know if you were around when I said this. Like I was using Apple Music, and I'm gonna make a video on this at some point, but it wouldn't let me play music in my library. It kept removing it. I don't know why, but I've now looked for a terminal client to play music, and I've settled on this. And within 2 days, I came up with a solution to where I can have my music playing and be able to mix it and not have my computer audio also, you know, affected. The way I solved that was I have my MPC Live that's literally just sitting in the case. So I was just like, let me pull out my MPC Live. And now we're running the audio from my MacBook Pro over there. I'm SSH'd into it. And I installed CMuse on there. And I'm playing it, and it's playing through the MacBook Pro into my MPC, and my MPC is plugged into my Apollo, which allows me to do this right here. I can come in here and turn it up, turn it down. I could do this before, but here's the difference. I'm gonna come over into here right quick. So I can turn down my system audio, and I can have these separate now. In the past, I couldn't do that. So I can turn it all the way down. I can turn this up. And it doesn't affect. I can have different processing for each of these channels, which is pretty dope, I think, to me at least. Anyways, that's enough of that. Yep, it's pretty small, but he has other works too. I'm surprised you have not heard of Machiavelli. I've heard of Machiavelli and Machiavellian Way of Thinking. I've heard of that, but I've never read the book. Yeah. Here's the book that I'm reading through right now. I'm only in I just finished chapter 2, so I haven't really gotten far, but it's called Debt, the First 5,000 Years, I think. So this is what I'm going through right now. And let me go to Goodreads. I think that's probably a better place to look at this. Yeah, this is what I'm going through right now. And here, let me put these other books back, and I can show you the books that I currently have on my, well, they were on my desk, but I recently moved them because of the folks who cleaned the place they came. So, yeah, they put stuff up. So yeah, give me a second. Okay. All right. So here are the books that I'm currently going through. I'm currently reading this right now, the one I just told you. Debt, First 5,000 Years. So far, it's really good. It's really good. Like I said, I'm only in, just finished chapter 2. The next one is Chip War. And this is something that I kind of want to understand because when I was in, was it Taiwan, and when I was in Thailand, I met some folks who worked in the semiconductor industry. I'm very recognizable when I travel. I'm very tall. I'm also like, you don't see a lot of black people when you travel, especially staying where I stay. So I often get a lot of interest from people, and you know, they'll invite me to go out to lunch or dinner, or we'll go hang out or whatever. And you know, I started learning a little bit about the semiconductor industry, which is an industry you think I know a lot about. That's actually the industry that kind of got me into tech. I wanted to go, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be a computer engineer. That didn't work out, but I know them now. And I know people who work in the industry, who do chip cells, who work at places. And yeah, it's pretty cool. Anyway, here's the other book that I'm going through. This is The Flying Blind, the 737. It's about Boeing. I haven't started this. I also haven't started Chip War. They just came in a couple weeks ago. And I'm still reading that. I need to get through that first. And then, hold on. This is a special one. Oh, I'm sure some of y'all know who this is. If you don't know who this is, just go to YouTube and type this in. This dude is amazing. Here, look at it's like all of his little drawings. I like to support people, and I was just like, oh yeah, now that you have a book, I'll buy it just to support. It's really dope. It's really dope. I haven't actually gone through all of it, but I think it's based off of his videos. I just bought it to support, and I just put it in there. I just put it in the bookcase. All right, let me go put these back. But yeah, that's what I'm reading right now. Obviously, I have other books that I sometimes reference, but most of my books aren't novels. That's the thing. So like this credenza here is filled with books, and it's only the books that I didn't sell. I used to have a actual like library, like legitimately, in my old place because I had a lot of space, like just walls of books. But they're so big and heavy. So I sold most of my books, but the books that I kept are the ones that I make use of the most often. So I have a lot of programming related books, computer science more specifically, math. I have a lot of math books. I can show you one of my favorite math books if you really want. I've seen, you've seen his videos pop up but never clicked them now. Bro, you are missing out. His content is phenomenal. He's grown a lot lately. I remember when I first started watching him, he only had like 10 or so thousand subs at that time. I'm sure he's getting close to 1 million at this point. He's phenomenal. I wish that I could like visually explain. I don't know. I just wish I had the kind of mind where I can do what he's doing, because I'm not good at that. Like, I have a lot of information in my mind, but it's all scattered. I'm not really good at like organizing it graphically or anything like that. I've never been good at that. So he's doing some things that I find are just really impressive. And you could tell that he's a deep and critical thinker, which is another reason why I like him. I guess my music stopped playing. Let me play some other music. Let's do some chill hop for now. All right. Oh, by the way, you see how fast that is? Like, just anyway, let me go put this up. Yeah, definitely check out Hole Master. For real, for real. I have one more. It's a surprise. This isn't really a book that you read. It's more of a book that you look at. It's called Open Circuits. All right. So what's special about this book? Well, if you're into photography, which I am, I'm very much into photography. I don't know if that's obvious. I have a bunch of cameras, like a bunch of cameras. And all it is like macro photography of chips, like integrated circuits. Here, let's see some more stuff. There, I think that's a gate. Actually, what is this? Oh yeah. It's a switch. Just saw a plug. I'm just letting it flip through. Yeah, it's just a bunch of these where you get these really, really cool macro shots of electronic components. And they also go into, you know, how they work and all that kind of stuff. As well as some of the history, because some of these are actual, like, I don't know, they were special for what they were at that time. So you get a little bit of history there as well. But yeah, this is a phenomenal book. Again, I look at it for pictures. A lot of this stuff I kind of already know how it works, but I did learn a few things. Like, for instance, check this out. It's very rare that you be able to see what memory, like how memory used to be built, right? Like, that's really impressive. And when you look at this and when you like really just pay attention and study it, and I guess if you understand like electromagnetism and all that kind of stuff, you can start to understand how, like, I don't know, kind of like how they arrived to some of these things, like some of the things that we have. It's really cool. It's a really dope book. I highly recommend it if you're into books and picture books especially. Yeah, so those are my books. Well, some of them. Those are ones I'm really going through right now. If there was a Final Cut Pro book that would actually teach me everything about Final Cut Pro, I would buy that, so I don't have to look at the help docs here, because you can't zoom in, and if you do zoom in, it breaks the flow of the text, and you can't make it any wider, because Apple, I don't know why, they're just like, no, fuck you. Well, that's what they did. And I don't want the PDF. I want to be able to have this in Apple Books. Oh, maybe you can books. Maybe I'm over here talking all this shit and it's actually there and I just haven't looked. By the way, I'll show y'all one of my favorite books on my, oh shit. Oh, wait a minute. It actually is here. Are they listening to me? How did they know I wanted this book? What the fuck? How, wait. This is old, but how did they know that I wanted this book? It's creepy. All right, well, I guess that, I don't know, that solves my problem. I guess I can read it on my iPad. Huh. All right, is there an update? How do I download it? Can I do that? I want to keep add to my collection. We're going to put it at, oh, I did that. I must have did that because it's on the want to read. Okay, never mind. I'll take that back. I'm no longer creeped out. I did that in the past and I just forgot because I don't actually use Apple Books that much. Wait, why is I don't have all of my books here. All? Oh yeah, this right here is, this is my favorite book in Apple Books. I love everything about it. The message, the typography, the setting. Like this is what I wish that in fact, I may try to do this at some point. Like I would love to make a book, but not just like any book. I want it to be aesthetic, you know? I want it to be more than just a book. It needs to be like this. Everything about this book is what I want in a book. Check this out. Even here, just like, look at the font. By the way, I am a font nerd. I actually have books on fonts, typography. I'm one of those people. And when I see this, I'm just like, everything about this is amazing. See, just this right here, phenomenal. I wish I can do stuff like this. Maybe I can do stuff like this. Yeah, maybe I can do stuff like this. I'm creative, but not visually creative. I'm a creative in another kind of creative way. Yeah, this right here is dope. I love this, how they have the whole thing is vertical. It's kind of dope. Like it's just, they break all the rules, which I love. Like, check this out. The fact that they were able to flow text around something like this, I don't know how you would do that. But also, like, I don't know if you're into paying attention to very small details here, but notice how most of the sentences end in a period. Most of them. Or, oh wait, no, are they breaking the rule here? Yeah, they are breaking the rule. Normally in typography, like, the rule is, or at least aesthetic rule is, you want to do long, short, or short, long in your lines. Now, sometimes I guess it does make sense to break it up because, yeah, you have this comma right here. So yeah, I guess that makes sense. Oh, wait. It kind of, it follows it for the most part. We have here, it's long, short, shorter. Okay. It breaks every so often, but not in everywhere. This right here, how they blur, how they do like a blur, a gradient. That's pretty dope. You use DaVinci Resolve, heard amazing. I have it, but I prefer Final Cut. You know, even though I talk all the shit about Final Cut, it makes, like what y'all were watching earlier, like, you know, I was literally editing this. I wasn't just playing, right? Like everything all this is edited. Like while we were playing, like I'm literally editing it in real time and enjoying the process. DaVinci Resolve is not that. The other thing is the magnetic timeline. DaVinci Resolve doesn't have like the magnetic timeline in Final Cut. Once you learn how it works and how to adapt your workflow to it, it's hard to leave that. Also, the fact that the interface is simpler. I know a lot of stuff, it can sometimes make things sometimes challenging, but once you learn keyboard shortcuts and where things are, I prefer this to DaVinci Resolve. It's a lot of stuff going on in DaVinci Resolve, just a lot of stuff. It's very easy to get a project up and started in Final Cut and, go from, raw footage to your first cut, your first edit, to export to getting it uploaded. Like you could do all of that in a much shorter period of time. In fact, you can export directly to YouTube in Final Cut Pro, which is maybe something you can do in DaVinci Resolve now. Now there are some things that DaVinci Resolve has that Final Cut doesn't have, like the color, the color stuff, which looks like it's based off of shaders, like, where you can do nodes and stuff. But that's very complicated, and that's very much outside of the creative process. But I found this, a lot of YouTubers, they like to play with colors because I think it gives them the sense that they're doing something. All the videos where I'm like, oh yeah, when I'm looking at them, I'm not over here impressed by colors. There's only one YouTuber who I'm impressed by that, but it's not because of just the colors. It's because he's just phenomenal. He is fucking phenomenal. Y'all have to know who this guy is. I had to know who he is because I forgot his name. Is it AX? Shit. Who is this YouTuber? Fuji X-Trans. No, not X-Trans. What's the Fuji one, that the Fuji camera that gosh, it's got the Pano something, the pen, Fuji X-Pen, never mind. There we go. I figured it out myself. All right. This guy, GX Ace. If you haven't heard of this guy, you need to hear of this guy. He makes, we're going to look at some of it right quick. Let me turn down the NPC. See, the fact that I can just do that is so much easier. All right, let's go and look at one of my favorite ones, if I can find it. Honestly, I like all of his videos. I haven't had a video that I haven't liked from him ever. But let's look at this. Just already, like, fuck the colors, the sound design, the shot. Like just this shot right here is technically impressive in a lot of ways. I love the fact that it's abstract, but at the same time, it's setting you in an environment. You can tell that you're on a train. You're also getting to see like where the train is, but in an indirect way. The fact that this is why I think YouTube is special. It's because it allows people like this man to create content like this, and to be recognized for it. Like, oh my gosh.
Your aid in the photographic process. It shouldn't get in the way and distract you from making an image. Having a fixed lens camera removes the option paralysis of an interchangeable lens system and lets you focus on making the image.
My gosh. Like, what the fuck? Do you understand? Man, I need to go to Japan for real. Like, oh my gosh. He's a big reason why I'm like, I need to go to Japan. Like, oh my gosh, this is beautiful.
This is the Leica Q3. Many of us had wished.
Like, if y'all don't know who this person, yeah, here, let me share it. Like, this dude is phenomenal. I don't understand why he doesn't have millions of subs, because we have all these other fucking YouTube shills who only say good things about everything. And honestly, I haven't even seen any work of them that's really impressive to me. It all looks the same. And this dude is just next level. Like, it's not even fair. It's not even fair. Look at his set design, bro. His set design is not even fair.
So it's not exactly a cheap camera. However, sensor thing that I wish the X100 did have, a full frame sensor. The Leica Q3 came in at $6,000. So
I've tried to buy one. I'm still on the wait list. I haven't heard anything back. I still haven't received my X100 VI from 2 different camera shops. I should probably cancel it at this point and get my money back, because I've been thinking about getting like, I found that I can get a Q3 like used on eBay for like $5,800, $5,900. So I've been thinking about just getting the Q3 and just, you know, I already have an X100V. I don't know if I want a Chinese made Fuji camera, you know, because the new ones, the X100 VI is made in China, and I'm just like, Anyways, sounds kind of give off Vincent Urban vibes. Let me see who this is. Vincent Urban. Urban. Some of these are pretty good. I'm not saying that my photography is great, but I think I'm very good at recognizing very great things. Some of these are really good. Some of them are just like, no. This right here is an interesting shot, but I think it's more of the location versus the action that he captured. The light is kind of cool. It's a little bit faded though. Oh, this is really cool. I like the use of symmetry here. That's kind of cool. Oh, this is beautiful. I love the patterns here and the tones here. You can see kind of in the shade here, the shadows. This is pretty cool. I like how it's a strong contrast between the sky and the structure here, along with this black building in the background. That's pretty cool. Some of these look a little bit like, I don't know, they look a little what's the word, mystical, kind of like this one right here. Oh, these are lovely. This is the same angle that the new Mac OS wallpapers are going to be of Sonoma. They're looking up at the trees like that. That's kind of cool. I wish it was, I don't know. I don't know if green, it's too much green. It's too much green. This is a pretty cool shot. Yeah, these are pretty cool. Check out his videos. Okay. I can't. Oh wait, I can copy. Okay. Normally I can't copy text. It literally copies all of the text. All right, I have thoughts. You may not agree with it, but so far I've just seen a bunch of shots and there's no progression, there's no sense of story. It's not leading me anywhere. It's just like a bunch of stuff. It's almost like, I don't know. It's distracting to me. It's not doing it for me. But let's keep going. Yeah, I'm not impressed by a bunch of fast cuts. I know that that gets other people, but to me that's not where it is. It's just, okay, it's a bunch of random cuts of things. By the way, I'll probably end up doing this too because I'm not as creative. So it's like, this is something that I can do, which is probably why I'm not like, oh, okay, this is literally something that I can do. sorry, it's too much. I'm sorry, I can't even do it. It makes me feel like the YouTuber edits. You know, the ones who are just like, oh, we got to do as many. What is it? Engagement editing, where it's just like as many fast cuts as possible. That's what this is giving me. I'm not a fan. Let me see if he does something else eventually. Nah, we're a minute in and it's the same shit. I can't do it. I'm sorry. I can't do it. There's a guy who does something similar, but his stuff is, in my opinion, better. His name is Brandon Lee. And he does these cuts too, but it's a story. That's the thing. So let me find one. He did one where he was in The Passion of and whatever this is. So notice how his pace changes, but it's also, I think you'll understand what I mean. So every shot, and I mean, we're probably not going to watch the whole thing unless y'all really, really, really want to. But every shot, it plays into the story. You don't see it all yet, but it all comes together. But even now, like some of the stuff, you'll see it. I won't distract. Did y'all see that? Did you see that transition though? Just hold on. Just let's take a moment to appreciate this transition. This one right here, the whip is coming up right here and then whips to the, man, come on now. So here's how they relate. The dresses, he's showing them how the dresses are made. The guy with the guitar, also the guy playing the guitar, the guy making the guitar, all the same thing. And I think they're about to celebrate some type of festival or something where like it all comes together. And this shot right here is fun. It's just, come on now. That's just insane. So just that part right there. We don't have to like, feel free to go watch this. I'll share it. So his content, he does the fast paced cuts too, but he does it differently. He does it in a way where I don't know, like the pace is not oh shit, it's 12:09. I was supposed to do my jump roping. I'm gonna go soon because I'm supposed to do my 30 minutes of jump roping. It's already 12, after 12. Damn. All right. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and call it a night because it's after midnight and I still need to work out. So if y'all enjoyed this, consider giving a thumbs up. You can subscribe to my channel on YouTube. You can follow me on Twitch, X as well if you're into that. I don't really post on X, so you won't see much. But I'm going to go ahead and check out because it's late. Y'all have a good rest of the night.